Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well today.
Hello.
Having a ball, Juan. How about you?
Good. Mr. Birthday Boy here. So,
Happy birthday.
That was yesterday, but thank you. I'm asking that people go to City of Promise and make a contribution there to fund basically entrance fees for people in the neighborhood to go to Washington Park Pool for the summer. So my chance to give a free plug.
yes.
Okay, so it looks like we're all here. Mr. Rogers, everybody you need here?
Yes, sir. We're all here.
Okay, and of course, right now my printer just decided it was going to start printing something, so you'll be hearing that in the background. I'll call this special meeting of City Council to order. We have actually, first thing we have to do is take a roll call. Ms. Thomas, would you do the roll call, please?
Councilor McGill,
She's here.
Councilor Payne,
Here.
Councilor Pinkston,
Here.
Mayor Snook,
Here?
Vice Mayor Wade,
Here.
Okay, so we're all here. The first item is to approve the agenda. And we need to give some consideration to amending the agenda that has been printed. Is there somebody who'd like to make a motion on that? Did folks see the
Yeah,
email?
I mean, I move of the agenda.
Right, have to amend it to add the a first reading for the meals tax.
So I'm happy to do that. I move to amend the agenda for this special meeting to include a first reading of a proposed ordinance to increase the meals tax from 6 cents to 6 1/2 cents. This increase was advertised publicly, and a public hearing was conducted by council on April 4, 2022.
And is there anyone who'd second that motion?
I'll second.
And all in favor, say aye.
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 Now, I guess having moved to amend the agenda, we should now adopt the amended agenda. Does somebody want to make a motion on that?
I move to adopt the amended agenda.
I'll second that.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Right.
Okay. We have an agenda. All right, so action items. The first action item is the ordinance to enact a budget and tax levy for fiscal year 2023. Before getting started on this, I just wanted to make one statement of my own, that my wife is actually a retiree of the city of Charlottesville, having been deputy city attorney for 8 years back in the 1980s, as a consequence of which she gets a small pension. The increase in the pension that is being suggested this year would mean about $6 a month more to us. And I am told by Ms. Robertson that that is not something that disqualifies me from voting, but that is recommended that we disclose it. It should amount to about a $75 increase for the entire year. So having made that disclosure, I'm ready to go. Mr. Rogers, did you want to present the ordinance?
We have it's been a long budget season. We've had a series of meetings. We've listened as staff to your various proposals and desires to address issues in our community. We have worked together to come to a budget that meets all of your requirements, or at least most of them, within a balanced basis, and increases our 2022 budget by I think it was $212 million over 192 from 2022, and all the big important things have been covered. And Lisa and Chrissy have worked on the ordinance that was sent to you. I hope you've had an opportunity to review it. Lisa, would you want to do a quick highlight of it, or Chrissy?
I'll defer to Chrissy. I'll just say that in general, a budget approval and appropriation ordinance is primarily focused on approving the expenditures for the upcoming year, and the revenues are included just to verify that the City Council is not adopting more in the way of expenditures that it believes it will have income to fund during the course of the fiscal year. And then a lot of language in the appropriation ordinance is sort of technical language to accommodate a number of accounting issues that we have throughout the year. But Chrissy and I have worked on this together, and we recommend it to you for approval. And then I'll defer to Chrissy if she'd like to highlight any of the things that are in it that result from changes that City Council made at its last meeting.
Thank you, Lisa. Yes, so the budget ordinance reflects all of the information that was in the proposed budget that we presented to you, the amendments that are reflective of our meeting that we had last week. And those are also itemized in the memo that accompanies the ordinance. And if you all vote to approve this budget, then we will be issuing an adopted budget document that will be reflective of all those changes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hamel. You've been quite the trooper.
Thank you.
I
We
know-
all have.
Yeah. I note in the packet that we received earlier today that there are 2 motions listed on page 7. And then there's also a motion listed on page 25 for the personal property tax relief percentage. Do we need to have the agenda amended to specifically add that as a vote, or is that fairly included within the action item 1A, 1B?
So there are 3.
Oh, actually,
separate
it's already
votes.
in there as 2. I see. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, there are 3
Okay.
separate votes, but they've all been included on your agenda.
Gotcha. I don't know why I didn't look down to paragraph 2. Okay, so is there any Any discussion? We've obviously all had a lot of discussion over the last few months of these issues. And I think we had a very productive meeting last Thursday where we focused on the issues that were to some extent in debate. And I thought we did a very good job of working through those and with, I hope, sufficient clarity so that the staff was able to get it all down. I will confess that I have not gone over every number in the document that was prepared for us today, but I have confidence that it's all correct. Anybody would like to make a motion to approve the budget and annual appropriation?
I'm happy to do so, Mr. Mayor. I move the ordinance approving a budget and annual appropriation of funding for the city of Charlottesville fiscal year ending June 30, 2023.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? If not, Ms. Thomas, call the vote.
Counselor McGill,
Yes.
Counselor Payne,
Yes.
Counselor Pinkston,
Yes.
Mayor Snook,
Yes,
Vice Mayor Wade,
Yes.
that motion passes 5-0. Next, to establish the tax levy. Is there a motion?
I move the ordinance to establish the annual tax levy for the city of Charlottesville for tax year 2022.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. I will note simply that I disagree with the levy of raising the real estate tax by 1 cent, but given the fact that we just passed a budget that now has to be funded, I'll be voting yes. Doesn't change my underlying feeling, but we do have to balance the budget. Any other discussion? Ms. Thomas?
Counselor McGill,
Yes.
Counselor Payne,
Yes.
Counselor Pinkston,
Yes.
Mayor Snook,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wade,
Yes.
Okay, that motion also passes 5-0. Then let's see, we've got the next item on the agenda is to establish the tax year tax relief percentage. Mr. Divers, I notice you're on the call. Do you want to explain this briefly?
Yeah, sure. Briefly, I think as most of you know, every locality gets a certain amount of a grant from the state to go towards tax relief on personal property. This is a vestige of Governor Gilmore's promise to do away with the car tax that this Commonwealth tried to do for a while and found that it couldn't afford it. And so then it capped the relief. And so we get a certain amount of money from the state every year. That money has to be allocated across all eligible vehicles. Anything valued less at $1,000 or less gets 100% relief. And then all other vehicles get relief according to that percentage up to the first $20,000 of value. Excuse me. And so we have to do this calculation every year. And we're putting it at 32% this year, which is last year was 42, but as you know, the valuations have gone up considerably. So, that's a pretty big drop for 1 year, but it is what it is.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Is there a motion?
Yes. I move the resolution establishing the personal property tax relief percentage for tax year 2022.
That the. Okay. Just noticing the tax year 2022, but fiscal year 2023.
Yes, taxes are established by tax
that-
year. Budgets are established by fiscal year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Want to make sure we weren't inadvertently doing something wrong. All right.
You're good.
So we have a motion. Was it seconded? I don't remember.
it was.
Okay, good. All right. Any further discussion? Ms. Thomas?
Counselor McGill,
Yes.
Counselor Payne,
Yes.
Counselor Pinkston,
Yes.
Mayor Snook,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wade,
Yes.
Okay, that passes 5-0 also. Then the last item, which we just added, is to have a first reading on the proposed change to the meals tax from 6% to 6.5%. It is a first reading. Does anybody want to have a discussion of it at this time? We can. Hearing none, can we agree to move it on to the next meeting, April 18th, for that agenda for the second reading and presumably adoption?
Yes.
I note, Mr. No, is anybody? Okay, I'm sorry, my cursor was in the wrong place. It looked like somebody was raising a hand. All right, I think we've done all the damage we can do for one night. Some of us have to go over to the Planning Commission meeting right now. So there being nothing further to do in this meeting, we're adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor, Council.
Thank you.
Thank you.